This is just basically a child complaining about his life. For those who may watch this, this is just my thoughts on myself, and yeah. So leave now if you don't want to hear any of this. I feel like I'm very naive. I'm a late teen, and I look back on my life and I realize I tend to have just been around a lot of people who are strange or special. Before I even knew what anything they had was. I was pretty much fine. I didn't really care because they were who they were. But now that I'm older and do know about it, it's like I feel like while I still am open-minded, and I still don't care about what they are or what they have. I feel like part of that's because I'm very naive. I feel like I don't see a lot of things I should see. I don't see things that are maybe socially that are different or that would give me a reason to not be open-minded and accepting. I also feel very gullible, maybe sometimes too trusting. But I feel very naive because I don't understand any societal norms of why things are weird. I feel that people are people, like, just overall, and I don't see the problems with how, like, people choose to be. Maybe it's because that I myself, when I was younger, or I guess just now, because never popular and never really good socially, that I, in order to get attention, would antagonize people and annoy them because I found that, hey, I am good at annoying and antagonizing people. I'm good at doing this sort of thing, and it gets me attention. It gets me noticed. And so I adopted that, and I would get people angry. They would spite me, they would insult me, and I just lost any sense of taking any of it to heart. It just kind of became something that was there. And I had no shame of doing it in public or doing it in private. If I wanted to do something, I would do it regardless of where I was or if it was appropriate or not. I don't have a sense of societal or really peer pressure. Granted, for what I do know is I do have, for what I do know for societal pressure, some of that I do feel, and I can tell that I do follow it. But as far as peer pressure, there is also some peer pressure as well, but I won't do something just because someone else tells me to. I will do it if I have a good enough reason, so if they're managed to convince me, then yes, I will do it. But I don't really fall to peer pressure, just in the general sense. But I feel like also because I don't have any of these expectations of I'm supposed to be doing this or do this to fit in, or this is what is correct, or this is how things are supposed to be, I don't feel like I gain an understanding of any being maybe shameful of the people I hang around with, or shameful of their actions. Maybe when I'm being responsible, I'll say, hey, this isn't quite the time for it. but I will still, depending on what it is, I will still, maybe at other times, I will still go along with it, and I will join them, regardless of what it is. Maybe it's something childish, maybe it's something stupid, maybe it's something illegal, maybe it's something really special, and just like, it will be wonderful. But I feel like I don't have a very strong sense of shame or embarrassment. And I feel like because of that, I'm very naive to things. On that this isn't how most normal people act. This isn't how you're supposed to be. It makes me feel, when I walk around, that I am wearing a blindfold sometimes. That I am unaware of things that are happening around me. I also feel that I'm too trusting sometimes. I will give pretty much anyone the benefit of the doubt unless I've given a reason otherwise. And as long as I trust them, or as long as I give them the benefit of the doubt, I'm more likely to trust them. Even if what they're spouting is complete lies, complete derails, things to tempt me, I will believe them unless I know otherwise. I feel like I'm too trusting, especially once I do trust someone. I feel like I believe them no matter what it is they say. And that I don't question them as much. So they'd be telling me a full bold-faced lie. I wouldn't doubt them. If they sounded confident in it, I'd say, yeah, I can believe you. I trust you, and I believe what you tell me. I guess, and then in that case, I also feel gullible. A few days ago, I asked someone about something, and they were telling me, and I believed them. And then they told me that they were just completely pulling the whole story out of their ass. That they all just made it up on the spot. I believed them. I believed what he said, but then he pulled it out the whole stunt. Yeah. So on top of being too trusting, I'm also very gullible, and I feel naive. I feel like that's led me to, while being very open-minded, and I guess being nice, it also feels like it's gonna screw me over one day. One day, someone's gonna see that, and they're gonna take advantage from me. And I'm gonna be stuck in a really bad spot, or a really bad situation. I'm not sure how I'm gonna handle that, and I'm not sure what I can do to change. Because I don't feel like it's fair to just become a lot more suspicious of people. I don't feel like I'm not well socially versed to the point where I can go along with a lie, that I can put up a front, even online. Even online, I'm very truthful. So even if everyone else is putting on a mask, I may only be wearing a mask that covers part of my face, but the rest of it is usually just plain to see. I won't lie about things. If it's true, I will say it as true. And if it's a joke, I will indicate that it is a joke. Maybe that's probably a bad thing to have. Not being able to have a mask, have something to hide. Yeah. Don't know if anyone really hears this or will listen to this, but if you listen to the end, I suppose thank you. And sorry for wasting your time on listening to this kid sitting in a room somewhere on Earth, just talking about himself and making it sound like he has all these troubles and problems. I know I don't. I know the minute I get out to the real world, things are gonna get so much harder. There's gonna be so many more responsibilities, so many other things to think about. Probably won't even have time to think about things like this. I understand that. So I'm sorry for anyone who's sat through this and wasted their time listening to a kid. Probably thinking either you're sympathizing with me, you're pitying me, maybe you're just saying, this kid knows nothing. And for all of you, I'm sorry for wasting your time. Hope you have a good rest of your day.